Oh, the priestess.
Salve.
A new face. Ave, and may Vesta watch over you. I'm Equitia. To what do I owe the pleasure of this visit? Oh, how lovely. It just happens to be my favorite, too. Who do I have to thank for this? I see. So, it's from Galerius, then?
God damn it, you know already.
Of course I do. I think everyone in the city knows. That man is a wonderful human being, and my favorite person in the world. But he is the least subtle, secret admirer you can imagine. The way he looks at me with those puppy dog eyes. Plus, he's been trying for weeks to get his hands on this flower. He went to so much effort, too. Suspending that rope above the lake, inventing that pulley device all on his own. He'd just stand there each morning, looking at the flower, trying to summon the courage to seize it. Oh, my heart.
It's actually a little bit cute.
Tell that adorable oaf that my Vestal's vow of chastity ends once I turn 36. So, if we ever make it out of here, and he doesn't mind waiting a few years, then tell him I love him too.
Hey, that's realistic. But given they only lived up to 40. But also they are on their own down here, so I think they might live much, much longer.
I hope so. Oh my. I take it people are quite direct where you're from. I suppose it's quite charming in its own way. Usually, however, you wouldn't simply march up to a Vestal priestess and without due formality or courtesy ask, "What is your story?" The proper approach would be to arrange an introduction through a mutual acquaintance in high office, by which time you would already know how to address me. And then you would find a way to satisfy your curiosity rather more indirectly. But to be honest, I've often thought what an unnecessarily formal way to communicate that is. So, let's do it your way. You just keep being yourself and ask whatever you like. It'll be a refreshing change.
I like that.
You know, I'm not entirely sure. But what about you? How did you end up here?
Turning the tables. Hold up. Hold up. Wait. I haven't thought about that. I don't think none of us had thought about that. The gears are suddenly going into overdrive. But what was the name of the one they... Kretha? What was the name on the note? I forgot the note. About the dream. The one who had the... Hello, Galerius. Huh. Aha. What if Karen is not Karen? What if that's just a changing name and there was still a boat? And it didn't look that modern, it was just a wooden carved boat. Oh. That would also explain why Al went into this city and why he couldn't do it. But also that begs the question, we haven't found Al yet. If we are in this time loop, why haven't we seen Al? He hung himself, so at one point he has to. Or are we sent into different points of time in this? And whoever, let's call them K, is trying to actively... I think I went past the point where he hung himself. I'm fairly sure. I mean, I just have to go from the temple again. Oh yeah, what if this K entity, whoever that is, over the centuries actively brought people here from all over to help lift the curse that is on this, the golden rule. Not as a test. Maybe as a test. Maybe as a test, but also maybe they are bound in the city and want to go free, and are thus trying to get someone to get behind this.
Karen, you say? And nothing about that name seemed odd to you.
Maybe K is the unknown god, yeah.
You do? Well then, have you spoken with any of the others about how they arrived here too?
Exactly.
I think you should. Go around and ask them what they remember, and see if you notice any...
As we did... Hello, Galerius. Goddamn, Galerius, stop doing that. You're ruining the mood. Damn it. Sorry, I can't take this serious if Galerius just walks between us. I'll do that.
Thank you. But please be careful. I just don't want to see what happened to Livia happen to you too.
Yeah, she snapped.
You have? Then what is it? Yes, I also had such an encounter. What else?
Mentioned a river.
Yes, I understand many of our friends were carried here by a river current. What else? That's true. I know I wasn't entirely sure how I wound up here. It's as I feared. I think I understand what poor Livia has been going through. You mentioned earlier you met a young woman in the forest named Karen, yes? I see. And was this Karen by any chance wearing a hood?
No. She was wearing a hoodie. She didn't have the hood on. Charon. But that doesn't... No, that does make... I need to know the other name.
Because I've seen her before.
Well, I mean, I would have made the...
I think you'd better follow me to the baths. What? How could you know that? And why are you talking to me instead of doing something about it? Please, go and stop him, and come back to me once we're no longer in danger.
Yeah, the bath. Okay, yeah. That was not bad. That was something I had thought of myself, because Karen was mentioned all of the time, and after she said Karen, and God damn it, it was up here. Curti? No, that's fine. That was not spoiled. That was something I had said myself. That's why what she said. The more I thought about it, the boat, the people arriving on the river, the endless state of this. I began to think about it as Dulio was talking about the ferryman, about what happens after death. This seems so... Yeah, this is purgatory. That phrase by him seemed so specific. So deliberately placed, asking Galerius what happens after you die. Yeah, Dooley. Which would kinda explain how some of those sins are being looked over. I don't think we are in a special position. Not that much. We'll have to find the priestess.
Help! You have...
I'll get right to it.
Thank you. I have to hide. What? Why?
All right, fine. Come and find me in my bakery instead. Please be careful.
Okay, she is safe. Not so much us. But...
Shh, I'm hiding.
Karen is Greek. Karen was in Rome too. But that doesn't explain how the temple is not... How that temple is not either of them. Oh, he has a bow.
Stop right there. I'm looking for Tiberius Quinctius Crispus, otherwise known as Quinctius. Do you know
Crispus.
where he is?
Crispy.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now, but you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Yeah, he's on the temple. Don't mind me watching you. Ooh. Yeah, that rule there. No. Pickpocket his bow? No, no need. At least I think no need.
Curse you, cultist.
Emperor Nero has ordered the execution of a cultist named Quinctius with different colored eyes. One green and one blue. Yeah, I mean, we're somehow solved in this, but it is weird. I think we have to go to the priestess. Oi.
I've never seen a lamp like that before. Remarkable.
Yeah, German engineering.
That lamp! Never have I seen its equal.
Yes. And you never will. Okay, bakery.
You... An accident? So, it's over? Oh God. I do have a question though. That shrub... So you kind of...
The many shall suffer for the sins of the one.
Do it! Kill me!
We... Ha! Okay, I'll give my thoughts in just a moment, okay? So... killing him? I have reduced health. Look at that. My max health is reduced. So... okay, besides my... oh no, my health is regenerating? Okay, it's slowly regenerating. Okay, I think we have fast regen and slow regen. Okay. No. So, murdering, quote unquote, luring that assassin into the trap wasn't considered murder until I told her that I knew the temple would collapse. Let's stay in world. Let's go let's don't go meta out of the game. Let's stay within the boundaries of the game. So we have this time loop where we enter the portal with our knowledge and things we have back in time. Or when she said you murdered him. That's also something I have to test. If I lie again to her or say something else, we'll see if that gives the same reaction. But this voice, this god, this entity, whoever is responsible for this golden rule, didn't care that we murdered the person, but only cared that a sin was committed the moment we admitted that. Perception matters. Which brings a whole other light to this, which also explains why maybe some of the crimes are overlooked. So a sin is only a sin if you believe it is sin, more or less. It doesn't count that it happened, but that it was perceived as such.
Salve, friend. Oh, sounds...
No.
All right, let me see. Stop. I'll go.
No. 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 Not if I can be that faster than you.
The 49 melodies fetch again.
Not before I can go there. Yeah, is there a tree if no one is... did the tree fall if there's no one to see it fall? Yeah. I'll try this. I'll try to do it myself because I wanted to science it. Fudge!
No time to explain. Go!
All right, I'll be in my bakery. Thank you, Galerius.
You'll find what you're looking for in the avenue. Second building on your left. I've got to run.
Thank you. For your service to the Empire, I'll let you live for now. But you'd best make sure our paths don't cross again.
Why was there a loading zone? Okay, there was a loading zone here, which is even more interesting. Hey, Galerius?
Salve again, friend. I went... How is it possible that you've just arrived here and... You're toying with me, right? Wait, you're not kidding, are you? That's the only way you could have known. Oh, what was his name? Sisyphus. Yeah, that's the one. Old King Sisyphus.
Good background. Don't mind the temple just collapsing. Sisyphus.
Sisyphus was a Greek king a long time ago. For daring to think he could outsmart the gods, he was given a terrible punishment. He was forced to push a great boulder up to the top of a hill. Only, just as it reached the top, it would roll all the way back down to the bottom, forcing him to start over and over and over again, for all eternity. Just like you. Actually, now that I think about it, there are a bunch of old stories about the gods punishing people by making them do the same futile task over and over. Tantalus was made to grasp at fruit on a tree he could never quite reach. The Pleiades had to keep fetching water in a sieve. Oh, and Ixion was strapped to a wheel going round and round forever. But, on the bright side, at least you're not stuck in the underworld like they all were. Anyway, I don't know which god you managed to upset to get yourself into this position, friend, but you seem all right to me. So, I'll tell you what. I'll keep doing whatever I can to help you. You just focus on finding a way to break the cycle you're in. Oh, that's kind of you to say. Now, I'm going to keep your secret. Although, it's not as if I'll remember this next time we talk anyway, right? Oh, and if our conversations ever start to annoy you, just tell me you're busy. I know when I'm not wanted. May fortune smile on you, friend.
What he just said. Prestige unlocked with Galerius. Mission success plus respect. But no, what he just said about the gods making people trapped in the underworld, doing repeated tasks, futile repeated tasks. Yeah, I noticed before, but it just seems to cement it more and more. But how is the connection with time? That's the one thing that I can't figure out, how the specific time is set here. And how we, from obvious modern time, came back into here. You would assume if this is such a punishment, it would be carried out different. And I don't think it is us that is being punished, but rather being part of the judge. I still think that something wants to escape from here, that something else is caught in this loop and wants to go. Also, can I... I can take the bow. Okay. Show me your eyes.
You there! I'm sorry to trouble you. No idea how you managed to get your hands on it, especially in the light of our dear old magistrate's back. And before you ask, no, I wouldn't dream of trying to buy it from you. I have no use for a wooden bow myself. But I would like to propose a joint business venture of sorts.
Go on.
Tell me, do you have any idea how people here end up as golden statues? And here I was thinking I was the only one to figure it out. In any case, supposedly 1 or 2 of those arrows is enough to turn a full-grown man into gold. Now, of course, that is a travesty, a terrible, horrible waste of human life, which has to be stopped. And yet, on the other hand, I can't help but think of a tale told by that Greek fella Aesop, the goose that laid the golden egg. With the ability to transmute organic matter into gold, one could create infinite wealth. Use your imagination. Golden animals, insects, trees and plants. The Midas touch without the drawbacks. We are talking riches beyond imagining. And even if we were to split all those riches between the 2 of us, half of infinite wealth is still infinite. Interested? Excellent. So the first question is, how do we get our hands on one of those golden bows? Now, I have a plan, but first, tell me, are you familiar with the story of the goddess Diana? No problem. Allow me to explain. Diana is our goddess of the hunt, the moon, and the underworld, depending on who you ask. The one thing priests and poets agree on is that she carried with her a golden bow and a quiver of golden arrows. And it just so happens that there is a shrine of Diana in this very forum, with a prominent statue of the goddess herself. And would you like to guess what she's holding in her hand? Precisely. I can't tell you how many hours I've spent in that temple staring at it, trying to figure out how to retrieve it without breaking you-know-what. Oh, gods no! If you tried that, we'd all be dead within moments, I'm sure. No, here's what I propose. You give your bow to me, I cover it in a thin layer of gold leaf, and we create a replica of a golden bow. Then you enter the shrine, extinguish the braziers, and under cover of darkness, swap out the fake for the original. It's not theft exactly, it's more of a trade. But make no mistake, this is a dangerous path, and there's no way of knowing where it will lead. But in my experience, all the best adventures begin with a risky first step. Now, you must have questions. Ask away.
While I find this person morally reprehensive, revolting, he does bring up a point we just learned. It is only a sin if the sin is perceived as such. As we just noticed, we told Galerius to tell the assassin to go into the temple. Hence, he's doing it for personal greed. That too, and because he... the whole slavery and... bad. Like, he's an asshole. No denial of that. But we told Galerius to go tell the assassin that he finds it in the collapsing temple, thus killing him. In our previous cycle, we were punished, or the punishment was carried out because we admitted murder. But still, we murdered the assassin by telling Galerius to do that for us. But Galerius had no way of knowing it, thus he is innocent. But also Galerius not acknowledging the fact that we told him to do that didn't make the golden rule activate, as it was not perceived as a sin. So that begs the question, as it was rightfully said, if a tree falls over and there is no one to see it, did the tree fall? If there is no one to see that we swapped the bow and stole it, did we steal it? It seems the golden rule is extremely strict, but also very broad and loose at the same time.
When Prometheus stole fire from the gods and became a hero to all mankind, do you think he was worried about the danger?
Or we could just steal the bow and loop. That's also a thing I could try.
Only because he was silly enough to get caught.
Yeah, it was someone else acknowledging our murder that it was considered a murder.
Because the gods would
as
see,
weird
of
as it
course.
sounds.
Hence my proposal. I'm more of an ideas man, whereas you're obviously the more resourceful and heroic type. I have complete confidence in you.
Okay, that's all I want to know.
Are you in, partner?
Yeah, well, I'm in. Do you see that? If you don't like action or horror elements, feel free to decline. So, yeah, that's also... Vigil being gay is not being considered a sin, as Rufus believes that. Yeah, and this suddenly goes from... This game is taking twists and turns, and I love it. Moral sin is not an actual sin, but the thing is, the actual sin is also not a sin if it's not perceived as such. Okay, we're doing it.
Wonderful. Now, if you'll hand over your bow, I can get started applying a This is a quality weapon.
Bar with me for a moment.
And here we are.
Huh. Fake golden bow.
Now I've gone and unlocked the Shrine of Diana for you, so as quick as you can, head on inside. It's just at the end of the street on the left. May the gods not watch over you.
Does he hurt someone with it? No, but we hurt someone with it. We killed someone. Okay, we're gonna have a short break here. I need to go stand up for a moment, stretch, and make a sandwich, because I'm getting hungry and I'm getting excited. In about 10 minutes, we'll be back. So, for your video, just a moment. Stream, 10 minutes.